to so and so, what they mean. And for example, if you are writing a research article or research report, there is a term called operational definition, where you define the particular term, what you mean in that research. So suppose if I am taking that your definition for my research, is not given by so and so, where you are defining that particular term and your perspective that we can call as a definitions. Okay. So why it is important to have a right research problem? If I know, if I'm selected the good one and I can say good appreciation from the other members, if I do the wrong thing in the beginning itself, lost. And there are many researchers who may have the question, this question is very predominantly, is it necessary to give importance to your research problem? Why they are talking about research problem? It is, we have to get a degree, we have to submit a document that is called dissertation or thesis. Why you have to think about, they have to talk about research problem? Why and why not? You will get an answer in this presentation. Where I can get a research problem is a very important question. For example, if I want to get a detergent soap, I can go to the shop nearby, I can ask them, I can get it. As a researcher, I want to find the research problem where I can go and get it. So we have to find out, somewhere it is there, now. We find out where it is there, I'm going to give the answer for you. And how to identify a good research problem. There are many research problems out there. For example, there are many. So some of them are very sweet and some of them are little bitter. Not bitter, otherwise I don't know. Sour, okay. So its taste vary from one to another. How I can find out a good research problem? Okay. And suppose if I take a wrong decision in selecting an appropriate research problem, what it will make? What it will make impact in my research? Will it hinder my research process? And we'll get an answer. There are many of us, we are having, of course, in the curiosity will be there for the young researchers, curious researchers. They come up and say that for example, Einstein, Newton, I want to make a lot of contributions like Ivan Paulo, Piaget, whatever the name, we can name it. But actually, we are not making such a contribution. And you may be, some of you may do such a rigorous research, and if you do contribute, and one day, but not all the researchers cannot do such a contributions. Will it help me to complete my research without any difficulty or delay? There are many of you have this mindset. Okay, can I complete my research within 3 years? Will it take 4 years or 5 years? I will get my research degree. These are the questions will be there, and you will come to know some of the answers from my perspective. And I'm going to let you know, in the beginning, when we are starting, I said that when I say something, if you practice spirituality or Raja Yoga, that is very good for your health and mental health, emotional health, and social health. And you will, someone will come and ask me, give me the evidence. If I say that my friend has done Raja Yoga and he said that he is having peace of mind, no, he is biased, he is your friend, that's why he is saying the practice is good. And which evidence I have to give? Where I can go and get the evidence, right one. I can go to the science. Science is the one. Scientifically, there are many researchers are there. Scientific research, I'm going to explain here. What is science? Generally, they investigate the nature, what it is. Physical scientists, they will explore the physical component, and biologists, they explore the living being and biological component. And it is a system researcher to understand the concept. The science will become more systematic. Whoever do that analysis, whoever do the research, the same answer will be there. Okay, and generally, science is the one who develops theories. Whatever the theories what we are studying is contribution of the science. And the research, I think you all know that the ultimate aim of any research, X, Y, Z, to discover a new knowledge, validate the existing knowledge. If I say something, it will validate what I'm saying is correct or not. And third one is, and it will solve the problem of an individual, the group, and society. This is the ultimate aim or purpose of the research. And when we look at that, any definition, you can go to the Google or whatever it may be, you can find out that it's a systematic organize, analyze, interpret, and make some evaluations. So these are common thing you can find out all the definitions of research. And here you can get a concept of the scientific research. Science is one thing, and research to some component. When you merge these two, those are from mathematics, they know Venn diagram. So scientific research is the one we have to go for it. I hope when the COVID was predominant in India, there are two vaccines were introduced by the government of India, Covaxin and Covishield. Okay, and we believe that two vaccines are most effective because of the random trial they have done with many people. So this is called scientific research. The community who come and say that we have done our research and we found that it helps the person to improve the immunity. So whatever the research we are doing, it must be a scientific research. Okay, when we ask a question, what is problem? For example, myself, Suresh Kumar, I am here. My problem is here is I don't know Hindi. This is my problem, am I right? If I ask the same thing to the Dean ma'am here, it is not a problem for ma'am because ma'am knows the Hindi. So we have to understand that problem of one person may be or may not be problem of others. Okay. And another important thing you have to understand that a research problem is that many of us we think that problem means a difficulty experienced by an individual. Actually, it is not so. I am very interested to know about why people are happy. Whether people are happy is a problem? No. But researcher, I am interested to know about why people are happy. What makes the persons more happy? I am taking that component as my problem. So we have to understand that not all the difficulties we consider as a research problem, even for our interest, even the positive component also considered as a problem. Okay. Generally, for example, just imagine that you don't know anything about research. Okay. And you are sleeping in the night and you come to know that you are not able to sleep properly. And you will get a question, why I am not sleeping properly? So there is a question in your mind. You try to find an answer for your question. And if you find the answer through Google or through your experienced person, it's a kind of research, what we can call as informal research. Same thing if you do it systematically and more the structured way prescribed by the scientists, and we can say the scientific research. I hope you all understand that. Any question if you have in your mind, you want to find an answer for that, and if you do it more systematically, there is some scientific research. Is it clear? Am I with you all? Okay. And where we can get a research problem? And generally, someone will say that I am from mathematics. I want to take a research from mathematics. I am from biology. I want to take a research from biology. So the area where they are strong. So that is a place we can take to a research problem. And second one is, there are unfinished work. Someone made an attempt and was studied and to come up with a finding. Certain areas are not covered or not explored by the person, we can take it as a problem. Where we can find these things, we can go to the report submitted by the previous researcher and they can find out that suggested topics for the future researchers. There is one column must be there where when you read that topic, they will be given at least 5 to 10 suggestions from the previous researcher. When I was doing the research, I couldn't explore those areas that we can call them gap. So that's the area we can able to get the research problem. And for example, the issues of an individual, the family members, or the community, we can take as a research problem. You can, there are many methods are there. I think in the coming days you will get on more exposure. So when we try to define the research problem, so generally what we do is select a broader research. I can say my personal experience. As I said in the beginning itself, when I give a title to my career, so I want to study a particular variable throughout Tamil Nadu, I took broader one. My interest is to study about that particular variable and I want to give the answer for the particular variable throughout the Tamil Nadu. And he told me that the ethical components we have to consider. Okay, whether there are two ways we can able to. If I am not able to make a randomization, I think in the beginning, Professor very clearly explained about the importance of randomization. X, Y, Z, any research, the ultimate aim is to make a generalization specific to gender. And if you are not making randomization, we cannot make a generalization. It's practically not possible. About that, where we are going to study, what are the components we are going to study, whether it can be randomized, whether it can be generalized. So you can check these things, and finally you can go to the problem. This is one way. And here, this picture, you will get something very clear understanding about how to select a research problem. To find out a research problem, we have a lot of problems in our mind, X, Y, Z. You can say, myself, I'm having a lot of cognitive problem. I'm having that emotional problem, I'm having my behavioral problem, I'm having my social problem, and I can take it this as a problem. And for that, whether I can take it these components for my research problem, how we can check? These are the criteria. I'm going to tell you there are 10 criteria you can check yourself. One is about your knowledge. Whether you are having knowledge in that particular problem you are going to explore. You can ask yourself where you are out of 10. If you are 5 and above, you can take the problem. If not, take a time to understand the problem area and come back and take the problem. The first thing, check, you can ask yourself whether I'm having the knowledge in that particular research problem. Without having any knowledge, and if you go and present something, the proposal presentation itself, they will reject you. They will reject immediately. You don't know what is the basic concept about it, how you can do the research. Percentage and above knowledge, if you have that research problem, you can proceed. And another one is you have to ask the research skills. Skills and knowledge are two different things. Sir, can you tell me your name, sir? Yes, sir. Okay, Deen Dayal, sir. Okay, I'm going to give an example. Deen Dayal, sir, bought a car, an Audi car, 7 crore. He recently bought it. 7 crore, sir. Okay, you are the owner. And myself and the brother, both of are applying for the driver post. Okay, I'm having the license, amazing license and laminated one. And he is not having the license, and he is having 10 years of experience. And your car is 7 crore. Whom you will recruit as a driver? Why? So can you give the mic to him? Very important question. Yes. Sir, your car, 7 crore. Small crash, you have to spend at least 7 lakhs. I'm having license. You know how to get a license in India. Now you tell me.
I know how the license is being given to the drivers.
Yes, sir. Now you tell me whom you experience the same car.
Yes, sir.
Whom you will select, he or me?
That 10 years of experience, I will select.
You will select. See, even though the person is not yes.
Because I can manage, because since I am
You will get a license. Yeah.
if you can't, I will manage you. Ma'am, you will not keep. It is amazing. Ma'am, your logical interpretation I really appreciate. I would like to tell you, he is having 10 years of experience. He will not make any mistakes. Understand? No. And that's why I'm valuing, ma'am. If you give the license, I may make a mistake. I don't know how to drive a car. He won't make any accident, ma'am. I will. Okay. What's your name, sister? Badnapriya. The car is yours. 7 crore car. Now you tell me, will you give the car to me? No. Just. I want to answer only. Car is 7 crore. Your car. Now you tell. Okay, I think you are giving more values. And we can say that there are 3 personalities predominantly we have. One is about adult personality. I think it is you are having that.
How can I be sure that the person is having a real 10 years experience? he may be telling lie.
And maybe, sir, but you can check now, sir. When you are giving the job to me, and you will analyze everything, you will give the car and ask them to drive me.
So then that same procedure I'll be following with the person with license also. If
Yes.
we both are right, then
So here, why I am asking this explanation here, I make a comment that I'm having the knowledge, I'm not having any opportunity to get a job. I need a skill set, and they are the one who will be considered for the job. And for the researcher, many of you have the knowledge. Here 200 plus members are here. We know the knowledge, what is research, what is yogic sciences. But when it comes to skill, I will give one more example. Just imagine that Deenadayan sir is driving a car. So I want to drive a car. I'm sitting next to him. Okay, for 10 years I'm traveling with him. The next day, he give the car. Is it possible for me to drive a car? 10 years I'm observing how to drive he is doing. The knowledge won't help us, am I right? Even 10 years knowledge not helping us. So skill set is totally different from knowledge. Again, I will let you know, many of the, even some of the area I'm having the knowledge, but I'm not having the skill set. So when you are decided that you want to become a researcher, you have to check yourself whether you are having the skill. Yes, sister. Both are necessary, but skill sets are very important. I will tell you, just imagine one more example, sister. You are taking a neuroscience research. You are studying the impact of Raja Yoga on my consciousness. You are making a study. And there is an electroencephalograph you are fixing and you are going to study my brain. There is a limitations are there, a certain amount of electricity need to be induced. But you don't know how, what is the level. If you are giving instead of 10, you are giving 100. What will happen to me? Who is responsible? So the skill sets are very, very important, and not only the beginning skill set. Just imagine the people who are cooking. The very first day, even the people who are having the skill set, the first day they struggle a lot. Think about the people who are having 10 years of experience. Even without looking anything, they will do. So the second point, you can ask yourself whether I'm having the research skill. If not, and you can develop that. Okay. And third one is whether I'm having the resources, the financial and manpower support for my research. For example, I can share my personal experience. It's an amazing experience. It is in JRF, when I was a JRF. My supervisor asked me to go and collect data from 200 teachers. Just imagine, only 200 teachers. I thought that I can collect in a single day. That is the idea I had in my mind. When I take a Xerox copy of the printout, photocopy of all the 200 questionnaires, I'm going to the one school, Neyveli Corporation School. When I gave the questionnaire where there 200 teachers, not 20 teachers were there, I gave it to them. And after receiving, okay, Suresh, we are having the classes, can you come and collect tomorrow? I thought that I can collect it 20 questions tomorrow. That is the idea I had. Very next day I went there, only I used 3 questionnaires filled from the teachers. Remaining 17. And I have to go one another. And they said that I have to start. Can you fill yourself? I put my name itself. So these are the answers I got it. And nearly 4 to 5 teachers, they told me, we don't know where the questions are. Can you give me one more copy? And the sad reality is, for getting the 20 data from the particular school takes for me 45 days. What I had at the beginning, I thought I can collect 200 data in a single day. So did you understand the reality? See, we may have an idea that we can able to do that, but when you go to the practice, when you go to the reality, when you go to the field, and we have a lot of difficulties. After that, if anybody says that I want to collect data from teachers, I will be like this. I will never ever say that entertain any of my scholars to suffer a lot, because I suffered a lot. I don't want to make others to suffer. So what is the easiest way you can collect data? Students are the one. If you go to the classroom, 40 members will be the attested you can collect and come back. And these are my learnings. But just imagine that if you are very curious to know about the impact of Raja Yoga executives working in a different organizations, definitely you will never complete this Janma. Maybe another rebirth you may try. So that's why, so the resources what we have and the timeline we have to fix. We have only that 6 months of time for data collection, data analysis. Within that, we can check whether we can able to collect the data. And interestingly, one more experience I will share. One of my students who selected, she's very particular. I want to go to collect data from transgender only. I said, I'm having already better experience. Don't try that. No, I want to go. Okay, I said, I tried to convince her, and she said that no, I want to jump from the 5th floor, not from the 1st floor. I said, I allowed her. And when she came after a month, said I couldn't collect. They are asking money. I collected only 3 data. Is it possible for me to complete my research? I said, you come next year. See, we given the guideline for her, you have to go for large sample, and it is given, instructions were given. It is your fault how I can respond to it. Even the instructions were given earlier. And I can say that before taking the sample, you can go to the tryout. Tryout means take 1 or 2 samples and check with them whether it can feasible for you to go further. And second one is whether the problem can be addressable by us. When we take a research problem, whether I can able to address that particular problem properly. And I can say, I don't know, some of them may aware about that. My eldest son having epilepsy. I think many of the time they are saying that neuroscience will be, the information will be given by Suresh Kumar Muriyes. They are saying now, why they are saying, my son has an epilepsy. When I was trying to consult many doctors, and I couldn't find a logic reason for what could be the real cause for the problem. Then I thought of why don't we study? That is the spot that comes to my mind. I tried to explore one of the university in foreign university. They offer online for trial basis. Then I joined the program, and I was very studious, and they extended my second year also without paying any money. Now, if you go to and check that, you will have to be around 2 lakhs plus for the same course. And I have done one more course from Indian Institute of Science, online only, during the COVID time. They given free of cost. So this is the way I get into that. I understand that what are the components of the neuroscience. So we can, whether I can able to address now. I know when come to epilepsy and the neuroscience, I can say when compared to any people who are working in the field, I am far better than them. Because it has a reason for that to explore the concept, why it is, why we have to study. And the same thing you can do that, you can check whether it is addressable. And one more thing, I'm here in India, Rajasthan, right now. If I take a problem to study the happiness of American citizens, just imagine that you are curious to know why, whether Americans are happy. Is it possible for to address by the person who are staying here? Getting visa for going there itself, it is very difficult. So that's why when you think about your research problem, whether I can address, so that's why you can take narrow down as much as possible, and whether it is approachable by myself. And the population we have to know. Some of the population is not clear for us. And I can say the data with us, and very interesting. I don't know how many of you have visited Ministry of Education website recently. Anybody? Yes. So can you tell me what is the sister? What's your name? What is the gross enrollment ratio as of now in India? Those who are completing +2. Enrolling for higher education, how many percentage are going there? In Indian population, as we all know that 140 plus crore, not 130 plus, 140 plus crores. Sister, if you know the answer, you can give me. I hope you may gone through that. Have you found any answer for the question? GG, the gross enrollment ratio, which means those who are enrolled in the school education, 10 and +2. After +2, how many of them are going to higher education? They given the percentage out of 100, how many of them are going to that higher education? That we can call as on GER. Okay.
But they would ask for the statement
right now they are not asked. But it is there around 21.
they are under process.
It is there for previous year. When you go to the website, we are having the data 2000, we are in 2023. We may have the data 2021, 2011 and 2021. And as per my knowledge, we are having 2021 11 data, not 2021 data. So we are more not updated in the data what we are available. But when I go to the British Council website, you can also check. whether I'm saying truth or not. I wondered a lot. They given a detail about, there is a one report they given by British Council, it is there in the consulate of British at Chennai. They given very clearly state-wide how many, what is the GR rate in different states. Assam 2023. So they are having all the updated data, but in our government we are not having the updated data. So why I'm saying that we have to know the population. When we know the population, we can able to study. For example, if I want to study the GE as the main population, and among the enrolled people I want to study means I must know the population. We have to be very clear about the population. And there are few ways are that if you sometimes we may not aware about what is the population. That time I can say that there is a sample size calculator. You can Google it in your mobile phone. Sample size calculator. If it is an infinity, if you don't know the population, and if you enter that, if you know the population, you enter the population size, population number, and it will suggest you how much sample you have to collect. Sometimes you may not aware about what is the population, and you can give infinitive. It will give that sample size also. So it is the easiest way you can take it as a research for you I'm going to give, and whether it is feasible for me. Suppose many of you may be interested in neuroscience. You want to study about whether it has an impact on your brain or not. And you have to support of that other person who are expertise in the field. You can connect with that other fellow from the medical field, and you can check the feasibility. You have to check, and whether it has a huge impact for the society, whether it is useful for the society or not. And you have to find out who is the target and whether it is possible for me within that time frame. And these are the factors you can check yourself. If you have these checklists, and you can go to that, refine into that the problem in front of you, and refine into 1 or 2 or 3, and consult with your supervisor and finalize one research problem for your research study. So this is the way you can refine it. Am I with you all? Okay. So anybody from NSS? Sir, please come, sir. Okay. Coordinator is there, and please stop me my time. Okay, I'm not responsible. If there is a delay over time, and he is the responsible. Please. What's your name? Okay, we is brother going to give on icebreaker. Okay, NSS club. We are going to make a yes, brother. You can. Okay, the rule I'll tell you the rule. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Clear? Yes, brother. You can start. Thank you, brother. Why we are doing these icebreakers, generally when we are presenting something, unknowingly get an appreciation from you. We have these kind of icebreakers, and we thought, okay, everyone is clapping for us. Okay, thank you. Okay, I hope you all understand the criteria. The next one is how we can refine the research problem. Now you know that the problem you are selecting, and here is the thing: the area of specialization. Some of them are here education specialization, some of them are for psychology, some of them are for management. From that area, again you have to narrow down among the psychology, positive psychology or social psychology, education psychology or clinical psychology. See, again you have to go. So how we can come to know that? Simple thing, you can go to the review of related literature. What is the review? Review. Someone has done something and they reported, you have to look at that whether these areas are explored by somebody else or not. First thing, select the broader area and specific area, go to the review of related literature, and you can focus the related literature means more specific on the variables. Okay, go to the general research, understand the concept, make a problem statement. It's called spiral of selecting the research problem. Okay. I'll go to the next one. So this one is already said. Here is another question. Where I can get a research problem? Whom I have to consult? How much I need to pay for selecting a research problem? So here is the answer. There are two criteria are there. One is about internal factors or external factors. Internal criteria or external criteria. Dear friends, external criteria you can able to manage, you can develop. But internal criteria you must have. For example, interest. Okay, some of the scholars they will come and say that I'm interested to explore these things. And the research supervisor will say, no, I'm not expertise in that area. Can you go another area? If they suggest one more variable or one more area, and the scholar will think that they will not be interested in doing the research. They will depend on you only told this area, and you have to guide me how I can do that. The expectation from the researcher, the scholars will be more from the supervisor side. So one is about the interest. There are two types of interest is there. Can we check now? Okay, sister, what's your name, sister? Mandita. What would you like to have right now for eating? Immediately, without anything.
Ice cream.
Ice cream. Okay. If I give ice cream for every 1 hour, no other food will be given. When you will stop?
When I feel satiated.
At what time? Today or tomorrow or day after tomorrow?
Today itself.
Today itself. Okay. If I ask your mother what she would like to have it, what she will say? Please tell me. The same question.
Don't give.
She will say some other food. Instead of ice cream, she will say some other food. How she come to know that?
Maybe she says I want chapati
And chapati, yes, chapati is the answer from your mother. How your mother made an answer for that question? Chapati. I can tell you there are two interests there. One is state interest, another one is trait interest. State interest means the moment someone is having done something that may be more attractive, you may try to select a topic from that. It may be interested for that moment only. But trait interest is your mother is observed throughout these years. When you are serving the food, a particular food item is served and you are eating more. You like to eat more food than that particular component. That's called trait interest. First thing you have to understand your trait interest rather than state interest for the research problem selection. Very important thing. The moment everyone is talking about gratitude, everyone talking about happiness, I want to take no. Try to find out which area you want to explore. What's your real interest? I think there's a movie, I don't know, the Amir Khan and the team. 3 Idiots. So it is on state interest, not a trait interest. So you have to find out trait interest and take a research problem. And another one is, naturally we have a potential or ability in a particular area. That we can call as an aptitude. Natural ability is an aptitude. Definitely, you may be having expertise in any one of the area. Find out that. Hold it. And from that area, you can take a research problem. That's the one that will lead you. Another one is passionate. And I still remember those who want to become IAS officers. How passionate they want to prepare for the post. Same thing, you have to more passionate about the variables, the topic you have selected. It's very important. And another one is commitment. They will be passionate, they will be more interested, but when it comes to commitment, the researcher, the supervisor will say that go and collect 50 reviews. No, I'm very tired, I couldn't find 50 reviews. So this commitment is not there, definitely you cannot able to live for the next level. So commitment you have to have that. Another important thing from the internal factors. And openness, accept everything from the other members, even the criticism. Even the criticism from the supervisor. Many of them we want only the positive affirmation from the other members, appreciation from the supervisors. Definitely if you have this mindset, this is called fixed mindset. You will not have better research outcome in your research. Be open, accept whatever the thing they are saying, go and sit in your place, evaluate, take it whatever the good thing to complete your research and move further. This is the way you can have internal component and external component. You have to check whether the data is available for collecting. For example, some of them are working, Jodi and team, they are working, Neetu are working in psychoanalogy. And it is very difficult to get a data from psychoanalogy sample. Very difficult. There are many ethical procedures are there. Clearing all the ethical component and coming into the final data collection is very difficult. And you have to check data availability, whether it is relevance. You have to check whether it is, I can say, my own example is more appropriate for the members over here.
when I was selecting a research problem for my research, I'm presenting, and I was very proud, and I'm like a king. So this is the way I'm presenting. I'm the only person taking this area going to make a contribution in the field. And everyone in the panel laughed at me. I don't know why they are laughing, and they said that, okay, go and do the review. When I'm presenting my problem, I thought that no one made an attempt that problematic area, that research problem. So I'm the one who are making the first exploration. That is the idea I had. So when I 3 months of time, I got on a few library I visited. I found that nearly 15 research articles, research were done in the same problem, same research problem. I thought that okay, we are better. Okay, I'm one among the 15. One among the 15 in the third month. And when I got an access to the internet, what I found that I'm going that keyword with a particular research problem, I found that nearly 2,000 research. Now I know that why the panel members were laughing. the title what I was selected was the one of the like what I can say dinosaur time research problem. These things I understand my third year. When I was collecting, I come to know that more than 1 lakh keywords are there in the online journals. Then I understand, okay, we are not giving any new contribution. But one thing I can say, the area where I study, no one has studied. So that is the only satisfaction. Still now I'm at. When come to my PhD research, but and the two districts, Nagapattinam and Kannur district, no one made an attempt. So that is the only satisfaction I'm having. So the same kind of thing you may also have. But your contribution will lead the other researchers, they go further, they do some contribution for that. So another one is ethics. So when you are taking the research, the ethical component is very important. The values, what we are having, the cultural ethics. And state-wise, there is a differences, I can say that region-wise, north, south, the ethics we are having. You just focus on those components also. Whether it can be researchable. Many researchers, they want to do research, but sometimes they may not have any idea how to proceed further. Okay, so you can check those components also. The next one is novelty. Novelty means original. You have to make something new. Try to be new to that research component and find out that anything that needs to be urgency. For example, COVID-19, vaccine is needed. Urgency, if it is needed for that present situation, you can focus on that research variable. And whether the facility is available for your research problem, feasibilities, whether it is useful for the society, and whether the members are available for data analysis, data collection, and scoring, and you have to check these components. These are the internal and external factors you have to consider. Okay. Sir, judge is here. Sir, I think you may evaluate many criminals. Now you have to look at me and you have to tell me whether I'm a good person or not. Give me the mic to you. Okay. So, sir, I come there, you can observe fully. I hope the back those are sitting, you are not here. You can come and ask later. Okay, thank you, sir, for the compliment. So, good person means we are having certain characteristics, the traits. For the same thing for the research problem, if it has these characteristics, we can say it is a good research problem. So, these are the characteristics. You have to check relevance, specificity, clarity, feasibility, originality, and significance. If these characters are there for your research problem, and you can say that, proudly say that, yes, my research is a good research problem. Clear? Am I with you all? Sir, then, okay. Okay, here are the explanations of these points. Is it, can I give an input or that, or can I go to the next one? Presentation will be shared with you. You need to take photos with friends. All the presentation will be shared with your supervisor group. And I hope Azim Dana and Rajesh Arora sir will share their presentation with you. Need not worry about all the presentation will be there and you can get it. Okay, I'll move on to the next one. The sources of the research problem. I think the factors we discussed. Again, I'm going to give on sources. Can you find out what is the meaning in the first picture? The top, anyone? What is there in the printed? Knowledge gap. So you can see the gap. So there are many researchers who made an attempt here, who made an attempt here. They may not study the particular area. You focus on those areas. There is an originality and novelty, and you are giving new contribution to the research field. So that is the best area you can able to check. Do the review of literature, and you can find out a certain area not explored by many, and you can take that area. The best area. And second one is unfinished work. Someone made an attempt. I can give you the best example. Newton and Einstein. What is the relationship between these two? Theory of relativity by whom? Einstein. What about Newton, sir? Gravity. So it is an extension of gravity. Am I right, sir? So when you look at that unfinished, Newton made an attempt to explain that gravity, and another researcher who came and explained the theory of relativity. It is an extension of the work. It was not answered by the researcher done by earlier, and you can make an attempt and you can find the answer. And some of the observation you can see that they may give an explanation, but you are not satisfied. You want to give from your side. I want to give another perspective for the answer, and you can take that area. And another one is certain area will be more causes. No, don't go to the particular area. Go and explore. Go and explore. That is the area good for your research. And something right and wrong. Some people are saying that is good, is not good. Do your research and give the answer for the people who are there. And evaluate it. Whether you try to evaluate qualitatively or quantitatively, you can take a research problem. And some of the area you can able to see that argument will be predominantly discussed in a particular time. When you go to the social media, the hashtag will be the trending. So you can find out the trending as your research problem. Okay. And the conflicts, and finally the current development you can take, and the contrast, something is different from the normal. These are the area or sources I can say. And here the theme of very importantly, review of existing literature. Just read more and more. I know that some of my friends are here. They know me very well. So 3 years before and after 3 years, where I am now, I can evaluate myself. There is a lot of improvement. And it can be happen only because of literature. When you are reading more, adding more knowledge in the field, and you get a clarity. And second one is you have to identify the gap. And the best way to explain these things, there are employability skills are there. Employability skills means for any job, certain skills are mandatory. Communication, problem solving, adjustment. These other skills are mandatory. What we can call some core skills. Just imagine that a particular skill, out of 10, I'm there only 3. Just imagine. Another, I'm having out of 10, I'm having 7, 8. So where I need to improvise? The area for not having adequate skill level, I have to improvise myself. So you can, when I know the gap, then only I can able to make an attempt to improvise. The same thing you can do. Identify the research gap. Where the lacuna is there in the research area. So that's the best way you can do that. And you can observe the environment surrounding. Why people are making